Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. This is your science lecture of grade 5th, and I am your science teacher Aparna Pandey from Arjun Progressive School, Lamachon. So student, as you all know that in science we have started our chapter number 7 and its name is Air and Water Essentials for Life. In science we have already started our chapter number 7, Air and Water Essentials for Life, and in this chapter we have discussed till the atmospheric pressure. Each and everything we have discussed, how atmospheric pressure exerts on the things and how this atmospheric pressure we are using in our daily life. Then we have also discussed about the air, about its properties, and then atmospheric pressure, the use of atmospheric pressure in our daily life. Now in today's class we are going to discuss another new topic, and it is air. As the chapter name is air and water, so related to air now we have discussed all the important things. So it's time to start new topic, and it is water. So in today's class we are going to discuss about water. So for this students, you can open your book page number 67. Okay, open your book page number 67, and here you can see that it is written water. So let's see what it is saying. Water is also essential for life. As we all know, water is also essential for life. And where it is present? It is present in ocean, rivers, ponds, lakes, wells and springs. These are the things where water is present. These are oceans, rivers, wells, ponds, seas and so many other areas. So many water bodies are there. So in these water bodies, water is present. And water is also present under the ground. Water is also present under the ground. So what it is saying? We can get water from rains, and we can get water from rains also. So rain water can dissolve substance from air and from ground. As we said, we are getting water from different water bodies. We are getting water from different water bodies, right? Then we are getting water is also present in underground. We have another type of water, that is underground water, right? We have another type of water, that is underground water. Then one more category of water is there, that is rainwater. That is rainwater. Now when we are talking about the rainwater, this water we get from rain, and this water includes air, as this water includes substances from air as well as from underground, because as rain comes, it crosses the mixture of air, it crosses the mixture of gases, and mixture of gases is air. So water, the rain water contains substances from air and from the ground. Okay, because it falls on ground, so it takes away the substance that is on ground, and as it is coming from upside, so it takes substances from air also. So we can say that rainwater consists substances from air and ground. Okay. Then when we talk about the rainwater, we can say that rainwater contains substance from air and ground. Now what it is saying, when it rains on mountains and hills. अब जब बारिश कहाँ होती है? Mountains and hills. The water flows down and carries with it many impurities. अब जब बारिश माउंटेन्स और हिल्स में होती है बेटा, तो क्या होता है? Then water comes down from the mountains and hills, and it is not only a water that is coming down. With water, many different types of impurities are also coming. Means that water which coming from mountains and hills, it contains different types of impurities also. So then it collects. What are the impurities that can be present in that rainwater? Dirt, certain living and dead things, and other impurities on its way. Now you can also think, जब हमारा बारिश का पानी आता आता है, when rain water is coming, so it can include many things like dirt can be there, animals can be there, insects can be there, living animals can be there, dead things can be there. So these all things carried by the rainwater with itself, right? Now, so the water present in these places is not pure. Now we can understand that why water is not pure. If water contains so many impurities in it, then how it will be pure? So what we are saying, the water that contain these all things, this type of water is not pure, and we call this water as impure water. So what it is saying, it must be purified. As water is not pure, so it must be purified. Because water is not pure, so we must purify the water. Then, and why we need to purify water? Because we want to make it suitable for drinking. We need to purify water because we want to make that water suitable for drinking. Then it has two types of impurities. As I said, rain water is one type of water. Rain water, I am saying that it is impure water. Okay. Rain water is impure water. Why it is impure water? Because it contains different types of impurities in it. And what are these impurities? That I have explained. So now the question is that the impurities that are present in rainwater, it can be of two types. Impurities are there and water is impure, that's okay. But then depending upon the properties of impurities can be also of two types. So what can be these two types of impurities? These can be, one we can say soluble impurities and another we can say insoluble impurities. What we can say? One we can say soluble impurities and another we can say insoluble impurities. Insoluble impurities. So what we found here, students, that impure water contains impurities, and these impurities can be of two types. It can be soluble impurities as well as it can be insoluble impurities. Now, do you know what is soluble? वो impurities जो पानी में completely घुल जाए, वो impurities जो water में completely dissolve हो जाएंगी, that are called the soluble impurities. And ऐसे impurities जो water में dissolve नहीं है, जिन्हें हम water में clearly visible है, जो हमें आराम से दिखे, such type of impurities are called insoluble impurities, जो कि water में dissolve नहीं हुई है. So students, so to know what is solubility, or to know that which substance is soluble, which is not soluble, but to know what are soluble impurities, what are insoluble impurities, let's do an activity. So kindly go through the given activity. So students, let's start activity. For doing this activity, you need to take a glass full of water and you also need a teaspoon of sugar. Now what you have to do, that you have to put 1 teaspoon of sugar into a glass and then stir it well with a spoon. What do you mean by stir? Stir माने घोलना. So what you have to do, you have to take a glass full of water and then you have to put teaspoon of a sugar into it and then stir it well. Now after doing this, can you see sugar? Is it possible? As you can see on screen, first of all beaker contains water and sugar. Then as soon as we have dissolved, as soon as we have stirred it, जैसे ही हमने उसे घोल दिया, then you can see that in second beaker, that is sugar solution is prepared. वो वही beaker है बेटा, वो कोई दूसरा beaker नहीं है. It is same beaker. But now is sugar is visible there? No, sugar is not visible there. And as you know, what is the taste of the sugar when we dissolve it in water? So it is sweet. Taste of sugar is sweet, and as we have dissolved in water, so water also becomes sweet. So why this all happened? This is because the sugar has dissolved in water, as you cannot see sugar there, so where this sugar gone? Is this vanished from the beaker? क्या वो गायब हो गई beaker से? No. So this has happened that sugar has dissolved in water completely. So when a substance such as sugar or salt is dissolved in a liquid like water, it produces solution. तो जब कोई जैसे हम शुगर या सॉल्ट को जब वाटर में मिलाते हैं तो वो पूरी तरीके से घुल जाता है और इस ये जो फिर हमें घुलने के बाद मिलता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड सॉल्यूशन. दिस इज कॉल्ड सॉल्यूशन. तो हम सॉल्यूशन से क्या समझे? जब हम बेटा कोई चीज़ को मिलाते हैं वाटर में और वो मिलने के बाद कम्प्लीटली डिज़ोल्व हो जाता है, कम्प्लीटली डिज़ोल्व हो जाता है मतलब अच्छे से पूरा घुल जाता है, देन वी से दैट इट इज़ सॉल्यूशन. तब हम क्या कहते हैं? दैट सॉल्यूशन इज़ प्रिपेयर्ड. क्योंकि जो हमने डाला था और जिसमें डाला था वो दोनों एक दूसरे में कम्प्लीटली क्या हो गए? डिज़ोल्व हो गए. अब हमें अलग अलग नहीं नज़र आ रहे. सो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड सॉल्यूशन. नाउ स्टूडेंट, व्हाट डू यू थिंक दैट ऑल सब्सटेंस डिज़ोल्व इन वाटर? क्या जैसे हमने शुगर या सॉल्ट को डाला तो उससे तो सॉल्यूशन बना दिया पूरा कम्प्लीटली डिज़ोल्व होके, बट इज़ द केस सेम फॉर ऑल द सब्सटेंस? इज़ इट पॉसिबल टू डिज़ोल्व ऑल द सब्सटेंस इन वाटर? व्हाट डू यू थिंक? Is it possible to dissolve sand particles? Is it possible to dissolve candle wax into the water? No, it is not possible. So student, as you can see on your screen, here we have taken a glass full of water and in one we are putting salt, and then in another glass we have taken water and we are putting sand in it, and we have stirred the both. हमने दोनों को घोल दिया. So as a result what we are getting that salt is completely dissolved in water, but in case of sand you can see this is clearly visible on screen that sand do not dissolve in water. हम अच्छे से बेटा देख सकते हैं कि सैंड हमारा वाटर में नहीं घुला है, वो क्या हुआ है? वाटर में नीचे जाके बैठ गया है, नीचे सेटल डाउन हो गया है. सो देयर आर द टू टाइप्स ऑफ सब्सटेंसेस, द वन विच गेट कम्प्लीटली डिजॉल्व एंड द अनदर विच डू नॉट डिजॉल्व. जैसे हमने कहा सॉल्ट और शुगर दोनों कम्प्लीटली डिज़ोल्व होकर सोल्यूशन बना देते हैं. ऐसे ही एज वी हैव सीन एन एग्जाम्पल ऑफ सैंड. तो सैंड में हमने क्या देखा? दैट सैंड इज़ नॉट डिज़ोल्विंग इन वाटर. ऐसे ही हमारे पास होता है पेंट, ग्रीस, कैंडल वैक्स. ये चीज़ें आप घर पे खुद से ये एक्टिविटी ट्राई कर सकते हैं, तो यू विल फाइंड दैट दीज आइटम्स आर नॉट डिज़ोल्विंग इन water. So from here we can say that the substance which dissolve completely in water, ऐसे चीज़ों को हम क्या कहते हैं? सॉल्यूबल सब्सटेंसेस. और वो सब्सटेंसेस जो वाटर में डिज़ोल्व नहीं होते उन्हें हम कह देंगे इनसॉल्यूबल सब्सटेंसेस. अब क्योंकि हम यहाँ पे इम्प्योरिटीज़ की बात कर रहे हैं तो वो इम्प्योरिटीज़ जो वाटर में घुल जाएंगी उन्हें हम कहेंगे सॉल्यूबल इम्प्योरिटीज़, और वो इम्प्योरिटीज़ जो वाटर में नहीं घुलती, जो वाटर में डिज़ोल्व नहीं होती, उन्हें हम कह देते हैं इनसॉल्यूबल impurities. Okay, so I hope this much is clear to everyone. Now I am going to introduce you with two new terms. अब बेटा जैसे हमने वाटर में शुगर डाला, वाटर में सॉल्ट डाला, वाटर में सैंड डाला, तो what are these things actually? See, whenever we make solution is prepared by two things. Or we can say that whenever we have to prepare solution we need two things. हमें solution बनाने के लिए हमेशा दो चीज़ों की ज़रूरत होती है. क्या क्या? See, one thing we required in which we will dissolve. एक चीज़ तो हमें ऐसी चाहिए जिसमें कि हम कुछ मिलाएंगे, एंड द अनदर थिंग वी नीड टू डिज़ोल्व, और दूसरी चीज़ हमें ऐसी चाहिए जिसे हम मिलाएंगे। बिकॉज सी व्हेन वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग सॉल्यूशन वी आर मिक्सिंग टू थिंग्स, हम कोई दो चीज़ों को मिला रहे हैं। तो एक चीज़ तो ऐसी है जिसमें मिला रहे हैं और दूसरी चीज़ ये है जिसे मिला रहे हैं। मीन्स एज फॉर मेकिंग सॉल्यूशन or as we want to prepare sugar solution, so we have taken water and sugar। तो वाटर क्या था? वाटर बेटा वो चीज़ थी जिससे में हम मिलाने वाले थे, और शुगर क्या था? शुगर वो आइटम था जिसे हम मिलाने वाले थे। सो जब हम सॉल्यूशंस की बात करते हैं, देन सॉल्यूशंस आर प्रिपेयर्ड बाय द टू थिंग्स, वन विच इज़ नीड टू बी डिज़ोल्व एंड अनदर इन विच वी डिज़ोल्व। तो बेटा जिस चीज़ में हम मिलाते हैं दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सॉल्वेंट, और जिसे मिलाते हैं दैट इज़ कॉल्ड सॉल्यूट। ध्यान से सुनिएगा, जिसमें मिलाते हैं उसे सॉल्वेंट और जिस चीज़ को मिलाते हैं उसे सॉल्यूट। फॉर एग्जाम्पल शुगर सॉल्यूशन के लिए हमने वाटर लिया एंड शुगर लिया। सो वाटर में हम शुगर को मिला रहे हैं तो वाटर विल बी सॉल्वेंट एंड शुगर विल बी सॉल्यूट। Similarly, as we have dissolved salt in water, so in this salt and water, solvent will be water and salt will be solute। सॉल्वेंट क्या होगा? वाटर हो जाएगा, और सॉल्ट क्या हो जाएगा? हमारा सॉल्यूट, क्योंकि हम वाटर में सॉल्ट को मिला रहे हैं। सिमिलरली यू कैन सी वन मोर एग्जाम्पल, सैंड इन वाटर। तो वाटर क्या हो गया? सॉल्वेंट, और सॉल्यूट क्या हो गया? सैंड, क्योंकि वाटर में हम सैंड मिला रहे हैं। Now students, after going through this activity, I hope that now you all are getting that what are soluble impurities or what are insoluble impurities, or actually what do you mean by soluble and what do you mean by insoluble. So what we have seen that the substance which dissolve in a liquid are called soluble, the substance which dissolve in a liquid are called soluble, and the substance which do not dissolve in liquid, the substance which do not dissolve in liquid are called insoluble, as we have seen in the given activity. Let's see what is given in your book. The liquids in which solid dissolve are called solvents। अब वो liquid जिसमें हम किसी चीज को dissolve कर रहे हैं that is called solvent। The liquid in which solids are dissolved are called solvent। The substance which dissolve in any solvent are called solutes। For example, suppose this is my glass, and this glass contains water। This is my glass and this glass contains water। Now this is water and now I want to dissolve sugar। I want to dissolve sugar in this। Okay, this spoon contains sugar। Now I want to dissolve sugar in it। So what I am saying, the thing in which we dissolve, वो जिसमें हम घोलते हैं, the thing in which we dissolve, it is called solvent। तो हम यहाँ पे शुगर को किस में घोल रहे हैं? वाटर में। तो वाटर हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? वाटर will react as a solvent। वाटर will react as a solvent। और जो घुल रहा है, जिसे हम डाल रहे हैं घोलने के लिए, the substance which we are dissolving, that substance is called solute। The substance that we are dissolving, that substance is called solute। So what we have learned that for making solution मतलब जो बना रहे हैं, अगर हम कोई दो चीज़ों को घोल रहे हैं तो वो दो चीज़ों को घोलने के लिए for making solution we need two types of things। One is solute and another is solvent। Solvent is the one in which we are dissolving and solute is the substance that we are dissolving। Solvent वो है जिसमें dissolve कर रहे हैं and solute वो है जिसे dissolve कर रहे हैं। Okay? So I hope now what is solvent and what is solute is clear to everyone। So water is an excellent solvent because it dissolves many types of substances। So water is a very excellent solvent। Water हमारा बहुत अच्छा solvent है क्योंकि ये different types के solutes को अपने अंदर dissolve कर लेता है easily। So student, in today's class here we have learned that water we get from different types of sources, and these are like from water bodies, then underground water, then we also get water from rain. Then we come to know that rainwater contains different types of impurities, which involve impurities from air as well as impurities from ground. Then we come to know that depending upon the nature of impurities are of two types. These are soluble impurities and insoluble impurities. Then through the activity we have learned what is soluble impurities and what is insoluble impurities. So student, I hope that whatever things I have explained you in today's class, you all are getting this. I hope you all will like this video. Thank you and have a nice